dollars. Second prize, $4,000. 6 $1,000 prizes and more. Get your $25 tickets now through Rotary Central members, Rotary Central ticket sellers, eventpro.ky, or WhatsApp Rotarian Annie Rose Scott in Cayman Brack at 916-7310. The Rotary Music Extravaganza at Salty's Grand Harbor. Performances by Heat, Fabulous 68 and CNB. November 26th, you can be the winner. Proceeds fund Rotary Central Community Projects. Rotary Central NPO number 232. Rotary, all the good you imagine.
Water Authority. Radio Cayman's historical vignettes was brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
Water Authority Cayman would like to advise customers in Cayman Kai of a planned service interruption ongoing now until 2 p.m. This will facilitate ongoing infrastructure work in the area. In addition to the planned service outages, the authority will conduct leak detection work in the area from the 8th to the 11th of November between 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Customers may experience intermittent service interruption during these tests. These works will impact customers on the following roads: Sandpoint Road, Sankola Close, Water Key Road from the Sandpoint intersection, Finger Key Road, Camp Drive, and Kaibo Crescent. The Water Authority apologizes for any inconvenience these works may cause and thanks the public for their patience and understanding.
Talk Today is brought to you by Subway, open 24 hours in Countryside, Anderson Square in Georgetown, and Centennial Towers in West Bay. And by the Ministry of District Administration, Tourism and Transport. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your sister islands. MedLab in Smith Road Plaza, your complete medical laboratory solution. Call 949-7331.
Talk Today is proudly brought to you by Pirates Fest 2022. Stay in the know. Get the full event lineup at piratesfestcayman.com.
And Savannah Pharmacy in Countryside Shopping Village. Convenient opening hours, including Sundays and holidays.
Oh, I think they're doing a great job. A lot of them are.
Good afternoon, Dwayne. How are you?
Not too bad, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Radio Cayman's Talk Today with Sterling Dwayne Ebanks.
But I do have some questions.
there are more questions than answers.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today.
If you're ready to talk, we're willing to listen.
Well, I really enjoy this program today.
Cayman Islands' foremost listeners participation program.
May God bless every person.
Hey, good afternoon and welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. It's another, hopefully, miraculous Monday as we invite you to be a part of a discussion. 949-8037, 1-800-534-8255. Hey, give us a shout and share your thoughts. Stay tuned for Talk Today.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today, the Cayman Islands' foremost listeners participation program. We ask our listeners to avoid statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use any indecent language or make any statement which is false or misleading. Email talktoday@candw.ky or call 1-800-534-8255. Courtesy of Flow.
Cayman's #1 network that connects you to your world like never before.
Let your voice be heard. Once again, here's your host, Sterling Dwayne Ebanks.
Hey, good afternoon. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. I know it almost seems like it was Saturday and Sunday to intervene between Friday and Monday, but boy, for some it went in the blink of an eye, and some it seemed like it was just excruciatingly painful, long 48 hours. Well, 949-8037, toll free with the compliments of Flow at 1-800-534-TALK. That's 1-800-534-8255. Call and share your thoughts with us. Give us a shout and let us know what you're thinking. It's going to be open line. And on behalf of Dr. Alexandra Borden and our monthly mental health matters, we're going to reschedule that. You know, things happen. People's schedules sometimes, as much as they plan and prepare, things happen to bring up their, otherwise, great endeavors. What to say, the order, man steps are ordered, and the Lord directs his path. Well, let's have some open line and let's share what's on your mind. A couple of things I want to share with you. Thanks to the young people earlier who gave me some of their time. I am forever grateful that we have such involved, interested, intellectual young individuals in our society. I just pray and wish that we would listen to some of the things that they share, but maybe I'll share with you in a second. Let's go to the phones, huh? Hey, welcome, good afternoon, thanks for calling.
Good afternoon, Mr. Sterling. How are you today, sir?
Very well, sir. How are you?
I'm thankful and grateful, and I just, being you say it's open line, it's just a couple of the things that I would like to, that I observe, and I'd like to just bring it up.
Yes, sir.
To you, and then other people can elaborate on it if they want. And whenever you're ready, you can call me off the air.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just a few things. First thing is, Mr. Sterling, you grew up in the time where, you know, people would respect other people. We were taught that when adults came to the house as children, we couldn't even hear the conversation we was talking about. That has all changed. To me, I have to observe now that the children are the parents and the parents are the children.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And it's a lot of disrespect for the elderly in Cayman.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if other people is noticing it or what. There is no love. I mean, the Bible tells us that, you know,
mm-hmm.
that the love would grow cold, you know. But, Mr. Sterling, I don't know where we can start now, because I know Cayman is gone too far, very much. But I remember in the years gone by where everybody respected each other. Elderly respected the young ones respected the elderly. And now there's, and I've observed something a few days ago in a supermarket. I went walking and just observing, and I was looking at an elderly lady in the supermarket with her shopping cart.
Mm-hmm.
And two young women, two young girls, just passed and just knocked her cart and almost knocked the lady down. And they laughing and continue going, and the old lady almost fell down. In my time, that couldn't happen. They didn't even stop and say, "I'm sorry, ma'am, excuse me." They just went about their business. And the old lady, she just stood up there for a while until she got her balance back, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that's just one of the things that I see. Cayman children now, and we blaming foreigners? No. The Cayman children are the same way. I think the foreigners have more respect for the elderly in Cayman than the Caymanian children themselves. I don't know what this generation is going to, but it's very bad, Mr. Sterling, very bad, and I don't know where we're going to end up. And another thing, the traffic.
Mm-hmm.
I went down a few days ago, and a car overtook me on the left-hand side. I used to be a traffic officer. And if that had ever happened, and I saw a police car coming in the opposite direction by Hurley's, and I know they had to see the car overtaken because I slowed down. If I didn't slow down, it would have been a major accident there. And I slowed down for safety for myself. Overtaken on the left-hand side of the road. What is happening to Cayman? What is happening? Is it too much of us here? Everybody's stressed out. What is it? Is something cast over Cayman for these sort of things to happen? Cayman is too blessed, or what it is? I'll leave that with you, Mr. Sterling.
Well, I appreciate you sharing that. The traffic is certainly an issue, and if you want to engage further, but like you said, we can leave it there and ask others, what is it that's happening to Cayman? Is it that we are becoming complacent? Are we just lost our way? And I hope and pray that it's not as you say, that it is too late. I would hope that it's not the case and that we were giving up. But as one of our listeners shared, and there was a time when we exhibit better manners and address people, Mr., Mrs., Uncle and Aunt, and had a...
No, but no more. You don't
Well,
have no more, Mr. Sterling. But I still need to talk about the disability in Cayman with the elderly with you on one of your shows.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
You're most welcome, sir. Thank you, too. All right, take another call, Mr. Fox. Hey, good afternoon. Welcome. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Afternoon. How are you?
No, I give thanks. I'm better today than I was on the 3rd. I called to make a report talking about how people are and people's mannerisms and what have you.
Mm-hmm.
And like the man says, it goes two ways. We have a really, really messed up situation here in Cayman right now. I call ourselves a transit society. So it's hard to find family. It's hard to find, extended family. Am I on?
You are. We're listening to you, man. So it's a transient society.
Extended family in this situation because you don't know who your neighbors are some days. But anyway, this thing has really gotten bad. It's really gotten bad. I'm not the only one that's going to have this complaint. I pray that other people have had this gives some strength to them. And not encouragement, some strength because, look, I unfortunately was harassed the other day in a supermarket. You can go do the research yourself. The supermarket at Camana Bay. I will not be going back there again until I deal with the manager because I have a charge that the police put on her. Hello?
Yeah, Chief.
Yeah. Anyway, there was a gentleman who had come back here from the States. I won't call him a gentleman. He was quite a jerk. He was going out with a cousin of mine. She ended up leaving him and what have you, dumping him. And the whole family didn't like him. That's not my business. But anyway, the guy was harassing me, trying to harass me. It's been on video camera several places publicly, and I have it on my phone. There's no more discussion about this. The police got to see everything. But long story short, I went into Foster's, on the right-hand side at Camana Bay. And I'm coming out there with my goods to go water sports. Here comes this supposedly gentleman should be going in on the right-hand entrance. You walk in and go to your right on that right entrance. You know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, he came to the left to confront me at the damn exit on camera. I'm asking him, what the hell is your problem? What the hell is your problem? Stop harassing me. Leave me alone. Mind you, I don't have to do this because this guy's quite a punk. I hate to say this on radio, but he's a punk. I already dealt with this with the police. All right? He's harassing, and yet no action. All mouth, no action. All right? And anyway, it was a while before I addressed this guy. Anyway, long story short, this is on camera. I'm doing what you're supposed to do. Calling for security. Ask someone to assist me. Here comes the manager, this short Caucasian white lady named Cinnamon, poking me in my chest. Hey, you. I'm like, ma'am, I'm the one calling for help. The woman sticks me in my chest 3 times. Almighty God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is my witness. This was on the 3rd the other day. It's all on video, all right, because I'm going to be pressing charges with the police. There's already a charge put on her at the police, by the way. She don't know I'm pressing charges on her yet. Anyway, because I had to deal with the other fool first, who the matter started because of, all right? And the police have already warned him, okay? Her turn is next. But I, as an African descendant Caymanian, I'm a black African Caymanian, all right? Generational, by the way, all right? This woman's poking me in the chest, and I'm asking for assistance, telling me I need to get off the premises, get off the property, completely embarrassed me, completely insulted me, told me I had to leave the premises, and then she's calling the police. I'm like, what are you going to do? Am I leaving the premises? Are you calling the police? What's going on? So, of course, I waited out there. Several other decent Caymanians and another decent Caucasian lady was out there, and asking was like, well, we're so sorry about this. The Caymanians were like, man, you're not going to win because there's an expat assistant Jamaican manager. He should be disgraceful, ashamed himself as a Caribbean man, and some little laborer Indian guy, standing out there with her. The things that I went through with this lady, and the amount of absolute racial stereotyping that the lady tried to pull on me. Like, well, you're the aggressor, this and that. I said, man, what the hell is this? Is some racial profiling going on? I mean, it was so textbook stereotypical. And this little woman, nowhere in Canada would this woman be going on in this way. And I'm pretty sure she was from Canada. As I told her before I left, no bond, no mercy beaucoup to you. In other words, no thank you very much to you, but have a good day. And the police said she was supposed to apologize. She never apologized, all right? I used to represent this country diving. I represented this country surfing internationally, all right? Not that makes me any special. But listen, if this can happen to a very articulate, decent man like myself looking for help, what the hell is going on here? Are you for real?
So, as you shared, perhaps pursue it with the authorities.
All on video. On the 3rd at Foster's. It started at 9 o'clock in the morning.
All right.
Someone take a video and take a look at it. All on video. That woman shouldn't even be on an island.
Yeah.
All right? That woman shouldn't even be in a job. Then I told her she was a horrible manager and had no managerial skills. And that's what I say. And abused her authority. The woman told the police, I threatened her and I slandered her. You talk about some blind-faced white woman lying. You know how many black men have gone to jail because of white women like that? And now we got them right in our neck? Really? I mean, everyone else around, even the other white women were like, we're so sorry. We're so sorry, Rasta. We're so sorry. I mean, the crap that I had to go through because of this damn foreigner the other day. Her name is Cinnamon, by the way. Okay?
Yeah. You know, it is something to consider. I wonder where it all will lead.
Where it's going to lead? It's going to lead to some people getting boxed down by people who are not as articulate as myself and not as goddamn patient, not willing to put up with their crap, who already can't pay their
But
bills.
if you brought it to the authorities, right? If you brought it to the authorities, are you confident then that they'll advance it?
File right now on the authorities. Yes, sir. You're damn right I did on the third. I had no choice.
Right.
I had to deal with the first matter first that she was supposed to come and aid me with. You understand?
So, you know,
All on video, blatant. Anywhere else, I'd be suing the crap out of Foster's right now. I
well,
might just end up being able to do so anyway. I'm not sure. I'm waiting to find this out.
yeah, well, you know, sometimes it's.
So I'm warning all African descendant Caymanians, careful if you go shopping at Foster's at Cayman Bay. There's a little white woman there named Cinnamon, and I'm calling her darn name because this is all on video. And if she did it to a big, strapping, grown, decent man like myself, she will do this to anybody. And I've heard that many Caymanians are being laid off there while foreigners are being given the jobs and given hours.
Right.
Okay? I imagine it might have something to do with this woman after what I experienced.
Yeah.
Because several people that work, they're called, Pan came up to me, said she's not a good person. But all I know is, on my behalf, what happened? Look, man, it's blatant. It's on video.
Yeah.
Any black woman who's got children or any Caymanian, all right, that has any ethnicity, careful around these places, man.
Yeah.
And if it happens to you somewhere else, put it on the radio and let everyone know what those people are dealing with.
This is, you know, unfortunately, this is transparent. Maybe we can see where, you know, the society weighs in on this. Thanks for sharing that. Hope you get some redress to the authorities. Hopefully, it wasn't as, you know, as you said. But let's pause. When we come back, you know what? We can't go fishing, so let's cut bait. Stay tuned.
Subway makes it easy for you to stay on top of your health and wellness goals with our Fresh Fit menu options. Choose from 5 Fresh Fit Subway sandwiches with only 450 calories or less per 6-inch sub. Turkey breast, veggie, oven roasted chicken, black forest ham, sweet onion chicken teriyaki, or make your 6-inch Fresh Fit sub into a salad or wrap prepared with fresh vegetables. For a full menu and nutritional information, visit subway.ky. Subway, eat fresh.
Pirates Fest. A little bit of old, a little bit of new. The evolution of Cayman's Pirates. A little bit of fun for everyone. Grand Cayman festivities from November 10th through the 20th. 10 days, 33 events. From happy hour parties, cardboard boat races, the trial of the pirates, float parade, national song competition, pooch parades, races, fireworks. So many fireworks. Pirates Fest is here. 33 events, 10 days, November 10th through the 20th. Stay in the know. Get the full event lineup at piratesfestcayman.com.
Pirate fire, raging through Church Street, bright and little Cayman, putting on some heat.
Homeowners, protecting your family and property is crucial during the season, and you should always assess insurance needs long before a storm makes landfall. Most insurers won't issue policies when a storm is imminent. Cayman Insurance Center's team of professionals can help owners like you find the most comprehensive coverage and competitive rates. Call Michael Webster today at 925-5433 or Denise Brown at 814-7229. Don't take chances with your family's future or your valuable assets. Call Michael and Denise today at Cayman Insurance Center.
Did you know that ValueMed Pharmacy has a free online prescription service? Managing your health and medical requirements has never been easier with ValueMed. Simply visit value-medpharmacy.com. That's VALU-medpharmacy.com and click the Refill Prescriptions tab on our website. Fill in the information for new prescriptions or refills and choose your preferred pickup location. ValueMed on Walkers Road or Town. Then bring in your original prescription from your doctor when picking up. There's no need to stand in line and wait for your prescription. Save time and pick up prescriptions at your convenience by visiting value-medpharmacy.com. That's VALU-medpharmacy.com.
For medical lab services in Cayman, go straight to MedLab.
For a full range of medical services, pleasant, clean and comfortable environment, no long lines and affordable fees, visit MedLab at the Smith Road Plaza. Open Monday to Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. and half day on Saturdays. Call 949-7331 to make your appointment.
For medical lab services in Cayman, MedLab.
Are you looking for a luxury handbag, wallet, and accessories? Then look no further. Visit Pena Leather Goods on 40 Royal Plaza on Edward Street in Georgetown and discover brands such as Longchamp, Kate Spade, Furla, and Ralph Lauren. Pena Leather Goods provides the most luxury leather goods for men and women, whether you are shopping for yourself or for a gift. We have what you need. Visit Pena Leather Goods on 40 Royal Plaza on Edward Street next to Victoria's Secret. While shopping, enjoy special offers in store. See you soon.
Registration is now open for the 7th annual Meals on Wheels 5K Turkey Trot fundraising run walk. Come trot with us on Saturday, November 26th at Grand Old House, South Church Street. There are great raffle prizes to be won, finisher medals, trophies, and complimentary continental breakfast to enjoy. Support Meals on Wheels in the fight to end senior hunger in the Cayman Islands. Register today online at www.mealsonwheels.ky or call 769-1974 for details on volunteering for this event. See you at the start line.
Talk today. But I do have some questions. Talk today.
Cayman Islands' foremost listeners participation program.
Talk today.
Because there are more questions than answers.
What the public is saying.
Waiting to take your calls right now. Sterling Dwayne Ebanks.
Hey, good afternoon. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. It'll be some open line until 1:30. And we can talk about the Legal Assistance Clinic. But let's share with us if you wish. 894-980-37, toll free with the compliments of Flo at 1-800-534-TALK, 1-800-534-8255. Of course, you can WhatsApp 925-3261. A couple of points have been put on the table. If you want to pick up on either one, we'll ask you about it. But one in particular, increasingly, the issue of traffic. How is that affecting you? Or what do you think about it? What can we do, if anything, to address it? It's it that as I referred to the earlier discussion with the young people, very, very encouraged, but it's also disheartening if we do not pay attention to what they're saying and they continually feel not just marginalized but dismissed. They then get to the space and the place where they start to question. And I've been saying this for many, many years. I didn't realize for how long until I was reminded a few times. It's not gloom and doom. I endeavor to be very optimistic, very positive. But you have to be real and watch what's unfolding before you. If you can be proactive, not necessarily need to be preemptive, but if you can plan and prepare and you can try to foresee what is coming, it's very much like you're told, save for a rainy day. You may have that objective, you just may not be able to because you're living hand to mouth. Again, some of the challenges that our young people are highlighting. Let's take the call. Hey, good afternoon, welcome. Thanks for calling.
Hello.
Hey, good afternoon.
Hey, Dwayne, how you doing? Elvis here, man.
Good, man. How's life on the better part of the island?
Oh, it's getting better sometimes, we go. I need to get some rain. Man, we're starting to blow, so I'm getting a positive vibration like that.
Oh, man. Thank God, man.
Yeah, man. All right. Now, Dwayne, I listen to about the traffic in Cayman, right? My daughter, my second daughter, she works for workers, and she's in Bermuda. 2 years they to open up an office, right? And it's like you can't be there on a permit and just bring in his cars and things you want, They have one car for the family. Two on the husband, two of them have license, but hello, one car. You deal with that. Okay? Why? That's the simple thing. If you here on a permit, I see people here on a 6-month permit and have a vehicle. A 3-month permit, they have a vehicle. We need to get a system together. Okay. I see the Cayman Island government. our government have a system to pick up the public work guys, their employees. Well, let's put it this way. The lower end of the echelon, if I use the right word, I might be a little off, okay? Listen, when I had my construction business going, right, I had 2 trucks, one for me and one for my foreman. And I had up to 17 guys working. And we picked up our workers and got them to work, right? Now, we got a system where here about nanny wanted. Now, this is a nanny, right? It's a maid to take care of children. Must have own transportation. What kind of... I don't want to use the word.
Yeah, man. No.
But you got 3 cars in your yard. But you nanny got to get her car to get to the work, take care of children. You know, it is so serious, but I got to tell you the truth. We, the Caymanians, we have spineless politicians. What are we afraid of to just make a law? Look here, I didn't want in music for him named drunk friend on Sunday, and they bring a motion, they pass it, flying colors. But we can't bring a law say, listen, you come to work in the Cayman Island, you can't have a permit, you're on a permit, you can't fish in, you can't get your own car, you have to get a transportation from your boss. Your boss is responsible for you. Simple. Plain and simple. Because he have to get repatriation fees, he have to pay you, so he have to get you to the work. Eh? Cool. Good. Now, another thing that my daughter told me about Bermuda with the rental property. She said, Daddy, I am working for a big company, workers, right? Say, our rent is different from the rent for the local Bahamians.
Bermuda.
That's the word. Yeah, Bermuda.
Okay.
So I said to her, I said, well, is like a lower class of housing or something like that? She said, no, Daddy. It's the same thing. It's just that the locals get a different rate. Because obviously, a big company is sending her over there so they can pay the high rate. Right? You understand that?
Follow you, huh?
Right. So, what we are doing now, we don't care where our workers stay. We building slums and ghettos. I know a person told me, a friend of mine, that you got a Filipino agency. Not only them, and I can tell you, recruiting agency. And they have it on Facebook, they have it bringing in people. And Dwayne, when this person told me, said this is his friend, and so I had to tell him, man, I say, man, hey, a Caymanian man to a Filipino, you know, and the Filipinos, the Jamaicans, they're the one that treating their people like dogs, you know, not the Caymanian, you know. They say they're like submarines. They living in the room is like, you know, it is a submarine. When you come out the bunk to go on Judah, the one that come off of Judah, go in the bunk, you know. And that's how it is in Grand Cayman. That is how it is. And we have nothing in place to even dream about taking care of it, but we don't want it. And then we want to find out why our people will never own a house and will be sleeping. Because we not, look here. Some months ago, Dwayne, we didn't have anything, you know. But you know what we had? We didn't have nobody with file old junk card around our yard treating us like shit, right? We didn't have that either, right? Huh?
There was pride, huh? There was a lot of pride.
Yeah, but hey, and all the money that the Cayman Islands have, all the money going through here, and we afraid to touch it. We invite everybody here to make millions and billions of dollars and then blind us with that. It's a sad story. You know something, Dwayne? I got to tell you something. When you get a society like we get now, you hear all the robbery that went on in the last couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to us? I don't hear about talking about that, you know. They got a hit in the sun again. We made them, the rich people destroy 7 Mile Beach for greed. And the poor people in the overseas slaves, they call them, they come here to rob us. When are we going to open our eyes? Because look, you know, listen to me. They're going to soon start to rob the tourists, you know. Right? Then, when international governments like America and them say, don't go to Cayman because you're going to get robbed, like how they issued on Jamaica and Nicaragua and Honduras, what we going to do then? Huh?
So, I mean, you always make good points. You raise things that a lot of people are afraid to say, and sadly, we tend to dismiss people when they speak a certain way. Can I respectfully ask you, with what you're sharing, how do we address it? What do we do about it?
Well, okay, Dwayne, it's simple mathematics.
Mm-hmm.
Dear God, we elect our Caymanian people. That's supposed to take care of Caymanian. Like Dr. Steve said, Dr. Frank said, why are we ashamed to represent our people? Listen, I'm a permit holder.
Mm-hmm.
And a permit holder that get in any kind of trouble in Cayman Island. It could be for, not just somebody trouble in your slap or something like that. But if you drive without insurance, you get an accident thing. You don't have no respect for the country. Because you drive without insurance, you kill somebody. What happened to the other people? What happened to them? You should be deported, not to get from time. Okay, from time you have to go to court. Your permit is revoked and you're deported. Deported. From time the government has to take you into the law.
Mm-hmm.
You know something? Green, I'm in court now, but because it sounds me now. My bail condition is that I can't go on Facebook, you know. I can get on the radio, but I can't go on Facebook. You understand me? Okay. That is to silence me.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Now, when you go to another man's country and disrespect the laws, should you be allowed to stay there? Huh? Tell me something.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody come to your yard, right?
Mm-hmm.
And walk cuss you because you won't give them $1 or thing, do you want them back in your yard? No, you tell them, look, you don't come out my yard. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's one of the things we got to change the law right away. And you know what was so surprising to me?
Mm-hmm.
I am in trouble now for speaking up my right. So I couldn't afford a lawyer, but I still had to pay. I paid like almost $3,000. The government helped me with $3,000. Now, through the legal aid, there is a special section in the legal aid application for work permit holders. Now, Jesus Christ Almighty say, you got to tell me that you come to my country, you break the law, and we can find a lawyer for you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we got to be the stupidest son of bitches in the Caribbean. Hey, sorry for the language, but hey, you tell me, Dwayne,
mm-hmm.
what are we laying down? What? I mean, we went all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to pull up on Google or our history and find out how many Caymanians were deported from other countries that they went to make a living, that they went on ships, that they went on vacation. Tell me, do you remember one time you could go to Miami? And from then you came on, they just let you through like that.
Mm-hmm.
From time that McKee up to the Stardust Grant, I've been there after that. Bullshit. Me, I came on and they cut you to the. You know what they say? You don't sound so Caymanian to me. I know Cayman, I've been working here for 25 years. And we started to get pressure from that. Why are we letting people destroy our country and just make a laws? The marine law has been here for 30 years. 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
And we still not get it that the people are. We keep watering down. You could get trail accounts, you could get trail off, you could get this. We long to think. Listen, we have no reason. We have to say this is for Caymanians and Caymanians only. I said this already. Obama was the first black president of the United States. They said it would never happen. He killed my cousin Benny. Well, he gets me because I call Ben Laden my cousin, you know. yeah. But look at that was an educated man, you know. Yeah, he ruined him. He didn't ruin. He waked him up. But he sat down in his office in Clapham. They killed Benny. But if he wants to go to Florida to get a lobster in the lobster season, he have to get a permit, and that's the president of the United States. And our country is open now. The season open. Ain't nobody get on the plane and go get him. Why? I mean, like, what is wrong with us? When are we going to open our eyes? Something is wrong with the Caymanian. And you see people like me, then you know what? You see, I disturb the silence, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But silence is like a cancer, it grows.
Mm-hmm.
I'm disturbing it, and I'm going to pay for it. I belling the cat, and I'm getting clawed. I got clawed even from my business, my construction business, my liquor business, right?
Mm-hmm.
Get clawed for saying it like it is. You know when they tell me go with the flow? Hey, Flo, I don't know who Flo is, but I sure as hell know who Elvis Jeffrey McKeever is. When are we going to open up our eyes, Sterling?
Mm-hmm.
Lord have mercy. I hope somebody help us, because something, I really pray sometimes, but then, I really wonder if it works. Because, something, when I see what the church people doing,
mm-hmm.
and God make them get away with it, I believe what the Bajan say. The Bajan saying God blind. You heard that saying, right?
What do you say? God bless Harriman, how can you get square meat in a round pan?
Yeah, God bless me, right? God bless me. Well, I don't know. Anyhow, Green, you have a lovely day, my friend. You take care, my brother.
Mr. Elvis, blessings to you, man. I hope that, we get to a space where we can have the dialogue and not dismiss the people because of the context. Huh? Hey, thanks very much, sir. With that, let's pause and go to the news break. Hey, when you come back, share with us. Stay tuned.
Busy. Feel like there's not just enough hours in the day. Savannah Pharmacy, service to make your life easier. Now you can WhatsApp your prescription order to 929-5045. And pickup is just around the corner with everything your family needs and convenient opening hours including Sundays and holidays. WhatsApp your prescription order to 929-5045. Savannah Pharmacy, wholesome values with modern conveniences.
When you're craving something big, something tasty that gives you that lip-smacking satisfaction, something that hits the spot, there is nothing better than a footlong from Subway.
It's pretty tasty.
Filling and full of flavor. Try our new sweet onion steak teriyaki with a twist. Or the classic chicken teriyaki. Top it with green pepper, onions, cheese, and that sweet onion teriyaki sauce, all piled on your favorite artisanal bread. Satisfy that craving with a footlong from Subway.
Fresh,
delicious, tasty, meaty.
Let's make it a meal with a drink, chips, and cookies. There is nothing better than a footlong from Subway.
For medical lab services in Cayman, go straight to MedLab. Blood test, x-ray, and mammogram, all of that is MedLab. Affordable fees and friendly service, a full professional team. MedLab is always comfortable, MedLab is always clean. For medical lab services in Cayman, MedLab.
JN Money, money touchdown. Send the money now, reach wow. You say you need some money, JN Money, I can send it in a hurry. Get through quick when you come collect your cash, or use a money card and swipe it in a flash. Send funds to any bank, yeah. Pay your bills quick, yeah. Low fees, you know what it, yeah. JN Money, we are pick, yeah. Send and receive funds at any JN Money location. It's fast, affordable, and convenient. Money touchdown with JN Money. Send funds to any bank, yeah. Pay your bills quick, yeah. Low fees, you know what it, yeah. JN Money, we are pick, yeah.
Call 345-945-2014 for details. Available at JN Money locations across the Cayman Islands.
Radio Cayman, the voice, the heart, the soul of the Cayman Islands.
Today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman. Your voice, your choice. Local, regional, international. This is Headlines from Radio Cayman's newsroom.
Today's biggest news.
According to the Overall Retail Network weekly analysis of the Cayman Islands done by the Utility and Competition Regulation Office, the average price of self-service regular gasoline is now $5.78 a gallon, down 6 cents since the previous check on October 26th. Premium self-service gasoline fell 7 cents as well to $6.13, and diesel fell about 5 cents to $6.40 a gallon. For quick comparison, 3 months ago, prices were $6.80 for regular, $7.13 for premium, and $6.68 for diesel. In international news, an election year that unfolded against a backdrop of economic turmoil in the U.S., elimination of federal abortion rights, and broad concerns about the future of democracy, concludes with a final full day of campaigning by leaders of both parties, ardently appealing to their supporters. U.S. President Joe Biden is holding a rally this evening in Maryland, where Democrats have one of their best opportunities to reclaim a Republican-held governor's seat. The appearance is consistent with Biden's late campaign strategy of sticking largely to his party's strongholds, rather than stumping in more competitive territory where control of Congress may ultimately be decided. His predecessor, Donald Trump, is holding his final rally of the campaign in Ohio, which holds a special meaning for the former president as he readies for another run for the White House. It was one of the first places he was able to prove his enduring power among Republican voters 2 years ago. Elon Musk says Twitter will permanently suspend any account on the social media platform that impersonates another. The platform's new owner issued this warning after some celebrities changed their Twitter display names, not their actual account names, and tweeted as Elon Musk in reaction to the billionaire's decision to offer verified accounts to all comers for $8 a month, as he simultaneously laid off a big chunk of the workforce. Comedian Kathy Griffin had her account suspended after switching her screen name to Musk. She told a Bloomberg reporter that she had also used his profile photo. Those are your headlines. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, I'm April Cummings.
For the latest in news and information,
follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Download the Radio Cayman app or log on to our website, radiocayman.gov.ky.
Pirates Fest. A little bit of old, a little bit of new. The evolution of Cayman's Pirates. A little bit of fun for everyone. Grand Cayman festivities from November 10th through the 20th. 10 days, 33 events. From happy hour parties, cardboard boat races, the Trial of the Pirates, float parade, national song competition, pooch parades, races, fireworks. So many fireworks. Pirates Fest is here. 33 events, 10 days, November 10th through the 20th. Stay in the know. Get the full event lineup at piratesfestcayman.com.
Pirates fire, raging through Church Street, bright and little Cayman, putting on some heat.
Wouldn't it have been grand if you had purchased land 30 years ago? It may not be 2020, but a perfect vision has never been more clear. Cayman Brac and Little Cayman, poised for growth with an eye on the future. Your land, your history, your future. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of Tourism and Transport. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
Hinton Roxroy Connolly was born in Creek, Kimmebrack on 9th of September 1937. Fondly known as Big H to his family and friends, both a sailor and electrical technician with 5 years at sea and 29 years with cable and wireless, in January 1960, Big H married Cicely Dilbert of Creek, Kimmebrack and had 5 sons. In October 1976, he was united in his second marriage to Francine Porter of Spot Bay, Kimmebrack, and they had 1 daughter. Big H was a part of the band Eddie and the Beach Boys, and in August 1977 traveled to New York, where he recorded and published his album, A Quick Drink by the Pool Bar. Big H could always be found at the Hilton, his backyard kitchen, which he built in the late 80s to house in yams and cassava he cultivated on the bluff, later converting it into an outdoor kitchen which was named the Las Vegas Hilton. Big H spent the majority of his time at the Hilton, and you would find him playing his guitar and singing his heart out while sipping on his 345 beers. He was known for having many cook-ups with his famous beef and pork. On the evening of Wednesday, 18th September 2019, 9 days after celebrating his 82nd birthday, Hinton passed away peacefully at the Health City Hospital in East End, Grand Cayman. He was the proud father of 6 children, along with 17 grandchildren and 11 great-grandchildren.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of Tourism and Transport. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands, the ultimate staycation experience. Your culture, your freedom, the land that time forgot isn't gone. It's your Sister Islands.
Discover all that our Sister Islands have to offer.
Talk today. But I do have some questions. Talk today.
Cayman Islands' foremost listeners' participation program.
Talk today.
Because there are more questions than answers.
What the public is saying.
Waiting to take your calls right now. Sterling Dwayne Ebanks.
Hey, good afternoon. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. It's open line. Let's go straight to the phones. Hey, welcome. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Hey, good afternoon, Sterling.
Hey, good to hear from you. How are you today?
Doing good, my brother. Doing good. How are you?
Man, listen. I am thankful, and I say this hoping that I always, be reminded, not just that I'm blessed, but want to be a blessing. Not just that I endeavor to be, grateful, but also be gracious.
Well, once you ask for your blessing, they say you'll always be favored under his hand, under his sight. So,
Amen.
Ask for your blessings and you'll be favored.
Amen.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get into biblical situations. Even though I heard Mr. McCree was closer on that, my mother always said, don't argue the Bible and not do this. Anything to do with religion. But I want to topic on, or mention I felt that guy, the one that called there about his situation, came on there, the lady. After the man team.
Yeah.
Because really and truly, Sterling, from the time I started on these 2 talk shows, I started talking about why our politicians allows these kind of situations in our country. When we get to this point, there's no return from where we are. It is caused by the situation that we're in now. It is caused by seeking votes at the time. Because the more the politicians allow these people to come into our country and stay, they grant them the permission to work, they grant them the permission to buy a piece of property, and once you do that, you get your papers. If you take the time or anybody take the time and do the calculation of foreigners into our country, they will override the original Caymanians or Americans, whoever country they're in, they will override them. And at the end of the day, when they need votes, the ones that are coming into the country are going to overrun the locals. And when it comes to voting, and that is the reason that these
politicians put the grants out there from the beginning when they started that, because they were more, their votes were stronger than the Caymanians. Because let's take, for instance, Cayman Brac. If you have to rely on 1,000 people to vote for 2 individuals, or let's say 4 individuals are running, the majority is going to be quarter each way you put it, or half each way you put it. If there are 2 individuals running, it's like what happened the last time they were the 2, they won. It was actually Mr. McKeever and the other ones running. The majority that's going to run is going to be the majority that was issued permits to stay in this country. They're going to override the majority of the Cayman Brackers. In the population in the Cayman Islands right now, they're trying to get it to reach 100,000. Caymanians can't make babies that fast. We cannot make babies that fast to reach 100,000. So that is clearly telling you they're bringing in foreigners, and once they're in, they're going to have the clearing that those that was helped are going to scratch the other one back and help them when the election time come around. Sterling, I've been saying it from day one. This country should be like how it is in China. You can work there. You can't buy land. You can't buy no house. You only possession that you have is what the government allow you to rent in the car that you drive back and forth to work. When we have these people coming into our country and disrespecting us as Caymanians, they laugh at us, they call us fools. And I'm not asking anyone, I work with a lot of them. Like what Mr. McKeever talking about, I know I work with 17. I work with pretty much almost 1,700 of them. And I have never heard one of them gave a Caymanian a credit where credit was due yet. And we can't have these people coming into our country. I had to run one from my road some days ago because I noticed he was staring after my banana trees and my cassava and thing. I know exactly what he was up to, and he thought it wasn't nobody in the neighborhood at the time. And little did he know I was watching him. These kind of people are what we have in our country that will destroy our country because they come from poverty and they're seeking the land of milk and honey, which is the Cayman Islands. And our laws, our government is allowing them to come here with nothing. And they give them more than what they give the Caymanian people. They don't have car when they come here. I see some days ago, I was saying on the radio, I saw one that came into the country and he was going to work. He wasn't here that long. He was going to work and he was pushing the lawnmower on the side of the road, go in to cut some body grass in the yard. He never had no vehicle. And these are the things that the people, the government allow these people to come in the country and overnight they get a job and they go on to work. They should not be allowed to stay in the country. Even what happened to the time limit that they used to have, they dropped that. Why? They always say we're keeping this country under a circumstance of security or a certain level, I should have said, of security. And now we got on with party can come here free overnight. In the next week they work in. So in them days should not happen. And I do not know why Cayman people do not reel up more than they can. Like I said, whether they work for government, they have the freedom to speak once they don't slander nobody, like what the radio talk about, or discriminate or whatever. Speak their mind and stand up for what is ours, because darling, we are falling. And my father said, when you fall for something, you fall for everything. And that is what happened to us. I was telling somebody some days ago, an older gentleman I was speaking to, Mr. Pinson Spot Day, that used to love fishing and all he do was fishing. And you don't find Cayman Brackers fishing on the shores anymore. They're all foreigners. How can a foreigner come in this country? If you go to Texas, if you go to Florida, you have to have a license to fishing. Why do our government allow these people to come here and do not fishing or do not anything they do? They don't have to have a permit for nothing. But when the Caymanian go out there on the bay, the marine officer, he or she on this island, because they don't want to tow, and I hope they're listening, they pulls up behind you and asks you what you're doing on the shore. Listen, I'm a Caymanian. I have the right. One come from South America. South Africa come from Canada or wherever she come from. I am a Caymanian. You don't have no right to come and ask me why I doing standing on the beach. But this is what our country has come to, because our laws, our politicians got to the point they got lazy. They don't care what happened in this country. Once we put them there for them to collect their $8 to $12, $14, $16,000 a month, they don't care absolutely nothing about Sterling, Dwayne, or James Christian on this island. They don't care about us anymore.
But then, if that's the case,
time come around for politics again.
That's the allegation that we make constantly, right? And let's say that that's the perception. Let's just say that's the reality. With the greatest respect to the voters, if this is a democracy, where are the voters? If we see that or perceive that, what are we doing about it?
The thing about let me say this, Sterling. Because I have my freedom, I should be able to voice my speech, my concerns.
Right.
I understand you as your position. Yes, you must be that careful one.
But why?
But the thing about it is, why do we, other countries, sit there and they don't hold back what they have to say?
But let me ask you, if I might, please. And this is a widely held perception and probably accepted position that if you are a public servant, a civil servant, you have to be in a holy tongue. You have to be mindful. People would say, "Don't bite the hand that feeds you." Be respectful and responsible in your words. I think that's always important. But increasingly, like the public servant, the civil servant, you also find the private sector employee being told by its employer, "Hey, I don't want you making any waves for us for our permits or government contracts. Make us look bad. So you got to watch your tongue as well." So my question is, if it's a democracy and you're quickly silenced by voicing your opinion, good, bad, or indifferent, is it really a democracy? And I'll give you two, as you answer that, I'll give you two things to consider. Just the other day, as allegedly reported in the international media, there was a protest for about maybe 30 seconds, it seemed like, in China. A couple of signs posted somewhere, complaining about the imprisonment, as I call it, the house arrest that people are put under, right, doing this business that they carry on with. And that was quickly silenced. Signs are taken down. But that is communist China, as the media labels it. We look at the recent amendment to the mental health legislation and the like. So if you are under mental health order, you can be denied access to your regular hand, post, mail, plus your electronic devices. Is that acceptable to us, those two things, in our society?
If we have to come to that point, Sterling, you take, for instance, if we have to come to that point, we are struggling as it is today. We seem like we are in a democratic country. Seem like we are more dictated than Cuba is, if you ask me right now.
Right.
That is how my perception of this government has the Cayman Islands.
But is it just this government, or is this a continuation of...
No, I'm not talking about this government. I'm not talking about this president.
No. Okay, fair enough. Thank you.
I'm talking about, I'm going as far back as when I started knowing about politicians. And I know back then when politicians were very stubborn of the people going and seeking help from them. You know what I used to tell them? Don't come to them because their hands are tied.
Right.
These kind of practices that the generation fell down on, and now they become those that in power today, or power the last 4 years or whatever it is. Them days has not changed. They have never ever say, you know what? Let's see if I can go in there and I can be a better politician, or I can be a better leader, or whatever the circumstance may be, than those that was there the last 14 years. I got to make sure that my Caymanian people, if I hear them on the radio, I got go on the television and I got, or the YouTube, and I got broadcast that this has to stop. We have to make changes in our country before other people take us over, because it's just a matter of time before we are overridden to the point, Sterling, where we cannot rebound from.
Right. Well, let me then ask, right? Again, I come back, and I keep sharing this to encourage people to think. If, and as I believe, we're in a healthy democracy. We go to the polls freely and fairly, and all of the banter, we pick the person or the party that, sways us at that particular time. But if we, the voter, the elected, the person who, again, very freely and fairly, whatever incentives or motivations that we may have, we cast that vote. Isn't it for the voter, individually and collectively, to be more actively involved, engaged, and informed, to ensure that there is not only a sense of accountability, but they exercise their responsibility respectfully and appropriately? Isn't it on the voter?
Sterling, you're really putting a tricky question out there for a tricky answer. The voter, let's say when the election time come around, the voter, in a sense, is putting his all in all out there, like what my father talked about, on promises. And they fail to understand, Sterling, that promises is only a comfort of fool.
We've heard that, huh?
They need to stop and realize, am I making the right choice? Even though she or he came to me and told me this, think back 4 years ago. Did that same thing that I asked them for, they didn't give it to me 4 years ago.
Right.
Am I going to turn around now and put them right back? Or the other ones put right back? Or family members that running for election right in, they're going to do the same. They're going to follow the same trait. The people uses mind over matter on people during election time. Right now, if I can prove a fact, if they wasn't using mind over matter during election, why it is that we haven't seen them ever since election?
So let me then ask, right? You referenced earlier, and we do have another caller. So respectfully, I don't want to dismiss you, but I want to ask that caller just for a second more. You shared, as many have, that at some point in time, as we increase our population, whatever the social and economic consequences relative to, pressures on infrastructure, housing, education, healthcare, and all that aside, those people eventually become voters, and perhaps at some point they also become eligible to stand for election, presumably, right? But do we not have questions now, not only about who's voting, but who is being elected, and to your point, whose interests are they serving? You, Mr. Elvis, and everybody else asks, is it a politician afraid, unwilling, or for whatever reason denied the courage to stand and represent the country and its people, the voters in particular?
I hope that don't come to that point in a time in this life that we have to get politicians from a different nationality to run for the Cayman Islands.
Well, some would say we have that now.
Especially Cayman Brac and Little Cayman.
Yeah, well, isn't it all one country?
Yeah, we have in Grand Cayman, but we haven't had it here as yet. But if that ever comes to that point, that Cayman Brac has to be run by a foreigner into this country, Sterling, I got some big holes in the back of my yard. The jet chief for me go throw some sand over my body, because we are dying fast enough as it is, depending on our own.
Right.
Imagine someone that don't care for us, just to do what they can for their salary and forget about us. Imagine. I wouldn't even want to consider that. I wouldn't want to even consider that, Sterling, right now.
Yeah. Well, my friend, I'll be honest with you. Yeah. It's not something to consider, but will our children face it? I mean,
that is my concern in this life. Like one old man told me, I run my race already. I have won my race. I am worrying about my future, my children, their children, and the other children out there. That is my concern for this country, not me.
Well, I'll tell you what, keep the faith. And the scripture says, faith without works is dead. So
they did work, exactly.
We got to do it, bro. All right?
Yeah, man. Thanks, man. Catch you.
Blessings, man. Let's take one more call. Huh? Welcome, good afternoon. Thank you for holding on. Good afternoon.
Mr. Sterling, it's me again.
Welcome back, me again.
I congratulate the young man that you just get through talking to.
Well, for what it's worth, a couple of listeners I want to join you quickly, who've also said, I fully agree with, last school callers as well. So thank you for sharing that. So, Carl, you are so right. We've got the same problem here. Yeah.
And I agree 100% with him. I wanted to bring that situation up, but I wanted to wait till somebody else had brought it up first, because they could say that I'm racist or whatever. I was born to love people That's what happened to me in life. I love too much.
But do you like them? The scripture says you love your neighbor. Does this anybody like them?
Yeah, but I have to like them too.
Oh, there you go.
But Mr. Sterling, my situation is a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that the immigration and the labor office used to work together one time. I don't know if it is still happening. But there is a lot of young Caymanians talks to me all the time because I don't know what they think I am, but they come and talk to me and ask me questions and because I'm from the old school. I done next week I done pass my 3 scores, in 10. So I almost on 4, and then when I get to the 4 scores, I'm gonna ask for 5.
Amen.
So I don't know what the master gonna do. But there's a lot of young people here unemployed. Caymanian, not the paper ones, the one that born here. And they can't get a job. And they got all sorts of skills. So I am wondering, now, this is somebody now that ain't got no cabeza. Mr. Sterling, if a permit is put in there for 2 carpenters, I would think before those 2 permits are being granted, regardless of which company it is, because the company plays a big role in this work permit business. Trust me, I know. Can't the immigration get in contact with works and say, I need 2 carpenters for this company? They look up the 2 carpenters and get in contact with them and say, check with this company and so and so. I don't know if it is still happening, but that would help. If there is no Caymanians to fill that post, then a work permit would be granted. That is my take on it, because a lot of Caymanians are unemployed and a lot want to work. Not everyone want to work because they got people that don't want to work in Canada, they don't want to work in the United States, they don't work in any part of the world. But those that are willing to work, hire them first before you issue a work permit. That is the problem. But they're saying that the government need the money for this work permit. But the money that they're getting for the work permit, they got turned around and support the Caymanians. So it don't make sense. That's my take on it. And another thing, years ago when somebody was applying for citizenship, that person's picture was put in the compass. 3 weeks, I think it used to be. You saw the picture of the person. Oh, that person lived next to me, but I didn't know that. And oh, that person not a good person, or oh yeah, he's a good person. But I don't know why they stopped that now. They say that is prejudice, I guess, or human rights thing. There is a lot of human rights that not right but wrong. And I am wondering if the immigration and work can't work together and solve some of this problem with the work permit. And another thing, Mr. Sterling, is a lot. I got several friends of mine, good friends of mine, Caymanians, quality carpenters and masons, and they will go and bid on a job, and the foreigner would come behind that person and say, Mr. Sterling, how much I am, George, quote you for that job. I can do it for half. And use a Caymanian, which you're supposed to support me, but because what the Chinaman say, good things not cheap, and cheap things not good. And that is true. So you get the foreigner for the cheaper price. He come and get his deposit, send it off to his country, start the job, slop up the job, and when they come to find out the job not done properly, so you can call me back now, Mr. George, can you come in? No, they ain't going to do it. Cheap things not always good, and good things not always cheap. You pay for what you get.
We should also get for what you pay for too.
Yep. So I'm just wondering if the immigration and can work together, and somebody that listening to me can answer these questions to me and why they stop putting the person's picture in the papers. Because again, I say, this work permit thing, the companies got a lot to do with it. The company, who that company is. Thank you very much, and I'll call you back again today. But I'll wait for you to give me a call after the show.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for sharing, and a number of listeners are reading. We're going to just pause briefly, have a quick discussion about the legal assistance clinic, and then we'll continue. Please join us after the break.
Pirates Fest. A little bit of old, a little bit of new. The evolution of Cayman's Pirates. A little bit of fun for everyone. Grand Cayman festivities from November 10th through the 20th. 10 days, 33 events. From happy hour parties, cardboard boat races, the trial of the pirates, float parade, national song competition, pooch parades, races, fireworks. So many fireworks. Pirates Fest is here. 33 events, 10 days, November 10th through the 20th. Stay in the know. Get the full event lineup at piratesfestcayman.com.
Fire, raging through Church Street, bright and little Cayman.
A caring and community spirit, cherished family and cultural values. These are some of the things that still embodies the Caymanian way of life in the Eastern Districts today. Savannah Pharmacy, your neighborhood pharmacy, located in Countryside Shopping Village, is delighted to offer products and services of real value. Whether it's catering to your family's medical needs or carrying apparel, gifts, and beauty products, Savannah Pharmacy provides you with more than just prescriptions. Remember, they're always just around the corner with everything your family needs and convenient opening hours, including Sundays and holidays. Savannah Pharmacy. For more information, call 946-3336.
I've got some beautiful clothes. I know just where they go. Puritan Cleaners.
Puritan Cleaners, now using the most popular and eco-friendly cleaning solvents. 2 convenient locations to serve you: Savannah Countryside and Eastern Avenue, Georgetown. Drive-through, rain or shine, free pickup and delivery services available. Call Puritan Cleaners 949-7104. Also ask about our in-house discounts. Puritan Cleaners, you feel good when you look good.
Puritan Cleaners, 949-7104. That's 949-7104. We think it's time you crossed over to a new vehicle. And with the Toyota Corolla Cross, now at Vant Motors, you have plenty of reasons to make the switch. The crossover body and hybrid engine is a sleek design in a sturdy structure with a spacious interior that opens to extensive cargo space. Stuck in traffic? The high-performance self-charging hybrid system automatically switches between gas and electric vehicle mode, helping you lower both fuel costs and carbon emissions. The Corolla Cross has full LED lighting inside and out, an integrated display audio system with energy monitor, and a dual-zone climate control system to ensure comfort for all. Test drive the new Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid today at Vant Motors, Walkers Road. Tune in Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. and 10 p.m. for the Daily Sports Report, covering local, regional, and international sports. Proudly brought to you by Dr. Wayne Porter, offering a full-service dermatology and dermatological surgery practice. Call 946-9020 to book your appointment today. The 6:30 p.m. weather report, Monday through Friday, is proudly sponsored by CG Britcay. Insurance, health, pensions, life, where people come first.
Talk today. But I do have some questions. Talk today.
Cayman Islands' foremost listeners participation program.
Talk today.
Because there are more questions than answers.
What the public is saying.
Waiting to take your calls right now. Sterling Dwayne Ebanks.
Hey, good afternoon. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. It's a pleasure again to be able to have another discussion about the legal assistance clinic. And the senior lecturer over at Fombon Law School joins us, Mr. Andrew Perkins, together with one of the legal counsels over at the Judicial Administration, Mr. Arlene O'Connell. Thank you both very much. It's very timely. I think as I listen to you, there's a bit of excitement. We want people to understand there's justice for all, and sometimes people may have an issue and not quite sure, well, whom do I talk? How do I navigate it? they may find themselves before the court, or they may find themselves needing to have an advocate and not quite sure, can I afford it? Is this something? Well, I'm excited to find out where we are. So, to you, Mr. Perkins, how are you, sir? Good afternoon.
I'm very well. Good afternoon. Thank you very much for having us back, Sterling. We're really excited that we're coming up to the 6-month anniversary of the Legal Assistance Clinic. And we've been fully booked since we've started. We have helped over 50 clients so far on a whole range of legal issues, ranging from family to landlord and tenant and civil issues. And we thought today would be a good opportunity to celebrate the clinic's success and to talk about pro bono initiatives as it is part of Pro Bono Week, which looks to look at how pro bono initiatives can help in the community.
Yeah. And I know many times we hear the word, and we, even for those of us who still subscribe to what my friend refers to as the thing that we hang on the walls, the one-eye monster, we all seem to be entertained by it, and it's pro bono. But what does that really mean?
Well, it's the availability of community initiatives in order to give free legal assistance to members of the community. And
you may not have to pay tax asset, but it's certainly invaluable when you have it. So to you, Ms. Darlene, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Sterling. Thanks again for having us. We're, as Andrew says, we're really pleased that the community has been so supportive of the clinic. And we have been completely booked for every clinic session. We've had 6 sessions so far. Our next clinic sessions are next week, November the 17th, and we have another one on November the 23rd. And we're looking to book up fully for those sessions as well. So the community has really embraced the clinic. I think it's probably a good indication of the need that there was in the community for the clinic. And so we're pleased that we're able to bring that service. And it is based on pro bono initiatives, because the lawyers that donate their time to the clinic are obviously acting in a pro bono capacity. And then we have the graduated law students from Truman Bodden who also are in the clinic on a volunteer basis to assist people.
I guess it gives them a chance to, flex their legal minds and get a little hands-on practice, Andrew.
Oh, completely. And the students that have been involved have spoken about how supportive the attorneys that they have been working with are, and the experience that they've gained in advising clients and drafting documents and so forth. It's really invaluable to give them that kind of practice-ready experience.
Yeah. That's one of the things I think the old system at law school was so invaluable. You did some schooling and and then you did some work, and then one day you were working the whole day for the week. You get to learn. You put your, not unlike the apprenticeship principle that we see, for the trades, you're working and learning the theory and the practice. Now, for this, I think the last time you shared with us that the clinic probably did almost anything except criminal-related matters.
Actually, we do take criminal clients. And one of the things that we wanted to indicate to the community was we haven't seen a lot of criminal clients coming in, or clients that have criminal issues or traffic issues, and they are welcome at the clinic. So we have some excellent criminal practitioners on board with the clinic who are able to give advice on any criminal or traffic issue. So you're right, Sterling, we do almost everything. We do everything from a wide range of family, civil, wills, criminal matters, anything that is a legal issue that a client has a concern about, they can come and see us. And if we can't do it, we'll let you know. But generally speaking, we can deal with all areas of law.
And just for clarity, is this legal assistance clinic is separate and apart from the legal aid that is available through the government?
That's correct. So we're very fortunate in Cayman that we have a very robust and well-functioning legal aid system. So one of the things that the clinic can do is assess whether or not you may qualify for legal aid, or at least tentatively qualify, and we can assist you with making an application if it looks as if you may qualify for legal aid. So the clinic is a complement to the legal aid system. It's really designed for people that may not qualify for one reason or another for legal aid, and may not be able to afford a lawyer on their own. So that's where we come in. The advice and assistance we provide is entirely without cost. No registration fee, no cost of any kind to come and see us and get excellent advice from the attorneys and students we have on board.
And I know you referenced, next Thursday and then the Thursday following. What time, and where, and how do people...
We operate from usually 6 till after 9 on many of the Thursdays that we sit in. We're in the Scotiabank building, or the old Scotiabank building, which is just behind the courts. And you can get in touch with us. We've got our website, which is celac.ky, or you can phone us on 244-3798 and arrange an appointment, and we can get you before an attorney and some of the students from the Truman Bodden Law School who will be able to start to help assist in resolving some of those legal issues you may have.
Okay. And then the people that would come, they would speak to an attorney, present their issue, get an assessment, and then perhaps what then happens after that? So you meet with someone?
Yeah, so the way it works is that if you call us, or you can even email us at celac@judicial.ky, those calls and emails come to me, so I'll be the first person that you'll contact, and we'll book an appointment for you. Generally, we would like to know at least the area of law that you're seeking advice and assistance for, and then we'll book your appointment for the clinic. When you come into the clinic, you bring whatever documentation you may have related to your legal issue. We fill out some forms, Andrew and I. We open your file, and then you're triaged immediately to the appropriate. You're triaged to the appropriate student and lawyer that work as teams. And what they'll do is essentially interview you about the legal issue and get as much information as they can about what your concern is, what the legal issue is, and look at any documents that you may have brought in. And then they'll take some time, the student will take the time to prepare the legal advice, and you'll come back to the clinic to receive that advice, both in writing and also oral advice. And you can ask any questions at that time that you may have.
Get a sense of, what's you could be on the receiving end of someone who is perhaps, a landlord and tenant issue, or you could be, all right, I've got a couple more questions, Ebanks, but we have a couple of callers online. Let's see what they may have on their schedule. Good afternoon, welcome. Thanks for calling.
Good afternoon, Dwayne.
Hey, good afternoon. How are you?
Okay. Good afternoon to the guests also.
Good afternoon.
Just concerning person is having problems with their employer or someone who may be working with them at the same company. Maybe the person has been harassed or bullied, or maybe they're having problems with people, prejudice. Does your company take clients with those kind of complaints?
We certainly deal with employment matters, and if you'd like to get in touch with us on either our phone details, which we can leave with Sterling, or on our email address, which is celac@judicial.ky, we can certainly arrange to help on a range of employment matters.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Appreciate it. And we have one other call and a question here from one of our listeners. Say good afternoon, welcome, thanks for calling.
Pleasant afternoon, Dwayne, and to the guests. I'm just calling in with some facts here. First of all, the legal aid clinic number is unavailable to inmates incarcerated. That's number one. Number two is that inmates is in unfortunate positions, accused persons. The Constitution clearly states that you're innocent before proven guilty, and there is a lot of issues with lawyers that is trained to be lawyers, isn't taking instructions from the clients, and a lot of the evidence is within the prison, and it seems to be just Caymanian related inmates. The foreigners, it's a different view towards them, because obviously it is foreign attorneys that dominate the legal aid system. So first of all, the 244 number, could it be unblocked so that inmates here with legal aid problems and with lawyers taking instructions, it's a lot of issues, and I know people tend to use the radio, the media, with the PR campaigns, but clearly it is serious problems in the people rights. People having trial within a reasonable time. Lawyers isn't taking lawful instructions. And right now, I am convicted because the phone data was manipulated by the police analyst and put my phone in a location that my phone wasn't. It was during the trial, our overseas judge came in, signed the order for Flo to hand over the raw data, and the police witness had already testified, so what she exhibited was the evidence against me, and I knew where it was, and the raw data wasn't manipulated by the telephone company under the ICTA laws, and it shows that the police officer made a manipulated exhibit document to tender in as evidence against me. And I have instructed numerous attorneys to get a court order to get this thing before trial, and none of them didn't take my instructions. I had to go as far as to write Immigration 1 and send Immigration volume of some other documents. And I am convicted wrongfully. So it's a good PR campaign that you're always running on the radio.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Because there's a lot of issues with inmates in the prison. And the lady that is on the show, I did spoke to her already about the call being blocked for inmates. So that's all I have to say.
All right.
Cayman is in a lot of trouble in this country. It is.
Hopefully we can address it.
Serious trouble, sir.
Yeah.
Because if I done a crime, why would they have to manipulate something to put my phone where it wasn't? And the phone company, I believe in Flo, and Flo never did let me down, never yet.
Mm-hmm.
I gave a statement and told him where it was too. The officer was a foreign officer. You know what he done? He didn't take no statements. He just made notes of it in his book. They gave me bail, and 2.5 years later, Dwayne came after me, and it's wrong. So they're destroying people's lives. And worst of all, I'm a black Caymanian. And the only difference is that I'm black Caymanian with a lot of land. My bloodline don't sell no land, so the foreigners wouldn't be buying no land from me. So that's all I got to say.
Yeah, man.
It's a lot of problems in the prison here.
All right.
And your complaints were made to the previous Chief Justice. Nothing was done, but I wrote Immigration, and I was told that the law firm released the lawyer, and I am convicted on manipulated data. And I have the raw data. I contacted anti-corruption, and everybody just corrupted towards Caymanians. But I'm a fighter, Dwayne, so...
Yeah, man. Justice will be served, man.
I'm a generational Caymanian.
All right.
So we fighters. So take care. Have a good day, Dwayne.
Thank you too, man. Thank you too.
All right, cool.
Appreciate it. And only if you wish, Mr. Arlene, too.
Well, I can say this, that individuals who are incarcerated certainly can have access to the clinic. That's not a difficulty. We can make the appropriate arrangements if they need to make an appointment. We may be able to do it via Zoom or make other arrangements. So certainly there's no denial of inmates having access to the clinic. I was aware, and I think I did speak to that gentleman. He sounds familiar, and so he did make us aware that there was a potential issue with accessing the phone number. My understanding is that if they talk to prison authorities, that they will permit them to contact the clinic. In fact, I spoke to him on the clinic line, so I think there is a way of doing it. Alternatively, via email at clac@judicial.ky, and it'll get through to us. And we can then look at what they may need in terms of an appointment.
Yeah, I think this is where, in a sense, we understand the motive side from the caller's perspective, and with what you're endeavoring with the clinic, sometimes other side, other mind, not only just incarcerated, but people whose issues may seem, to us trivial, but to them, it's absolutely, life or death, in their minds. The clinic can go strides. How is the, Andrew, you take, I was just going to ask that, how is the to the participation in the legal community and some of the issues that you're covering the gamut as much as possible.
The participation from the legal community has been fantastic. We had a core of attorneys that were with us from the very beginning, from which we've been very grateful for. And as the clinic has gone on and we've turned over a new year of students, we've onboarded even more attorneys from all of the big firms on the island and sole practitioners. Our portfolio is very diverse as to what we can handle. And the issues we're seeing are very broad. When we put the list together of matters that we were able to help clients with, we thought family law, employment law, some issues with immigration, maybe some civil issues, but we really have seen a breadth of claims come through the door and have been able to help clients with the sorts of situations that you say that have been a matter of life and death and worry to them, and to give them a range of solutions that they're able to move on and take the next steps that they need to enable to resolve those.
All right.
And I can say there's really no issue that's too small for the clinic to have a look at. So don't feel like you have to have a major legal issue to come and see us. If you just have some legal questions, some pressing legal questions you've had for a while and you need the answers, come and talk to us. If, for example, we've had people come in to just say, do I need a will? How do I draft a will? Or what should I do? What steps should I take? We've had a lot of landlord-tenant matters recently. So we're seeing a number of people that have been concerned about deposits, for example, being held, or landlords that are maybe looking for rent that's in arrears. We deal with those issues. But, really just call us and come and see us, and we're happy to talk to you, whether it's a big issue like the caller that we had previously, who obviously has some major concerns, or if it's a smaller issue, we'll still see you.
If it's important to you, then
it's important to us.
Completely.
All right.
Yes.
Well, I think we have another caller, Mr. Wall. All right. Hey, good afternoon. Welcome. Thanks for calling.
Good afternoon, Dwayne, and good afternoon to your guests.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Good afternoon.
Fine, thank you. I've been prompted to call by the other caller who said that they were wrongly convicted because the information was manipulated. Now, I don't know what the fact is. And like the person said, if somebody is innocent until proven guilty. It appears that they were found guilty, but at the end of the day, they are saying there was some evidence which was manipulated. Now, I want to ask a question, but before you answer the question, I just want to give a couple of other examples. The question is this. As people who run, by the way, I'm an attorney at law myself in Cayman, but I am not practicing at the moment. So I'm speaking purely from the client side of it. You see, what guarantee, what security of tenure do you have as people who operate that legal aid clinic that you will not be victimized for taking cases that are sensitive? I just want to know a little more about, I missed the first part of your program, but I just want to know, I know some of you are students, some will be people in private practice, but what security of tenure do you have to guarantee that you will take controversial cases and that when you take them, that you will deal with them in the way that a lawyer should deal with a client, which is to defend them vociferously within the law? And I'll tell you the reason now I am asking. I myself right now, I have a problem with the judiciary. I won't mention names. A report of a judgment was fabricated by a judge. I can tell you that, and I've proved that by documentary evidence. But up to now, I've not had a chance to have the judge held accountable. Right today, this morning, I received communication from the Commissioner of Police. I tried to report an offense to say that there was an audio. This is the second. The first is the judge. The second one, there is an audio which I need to be able to further prove something in my case. The court staff are saying that audio is not available now. I think they are lying. Okay, and when you destroy a record, there are offenses of breach of trust, perversion of justice, neglect of duty, willful disobedience to law, and all those offenses. And the Commissioner of Police has said that he is not able to investigate that. And yet, They have prosecuted a Caymanian lady who used to work, again, I won't mention a name, who used to work in legal for 18 years. They destroyed her career because they said that she held on to a file too long. They prosecuted a lady from the Department of Vehicle Licensing. That one, once convicted, was falsifying records. They are now prosecuting a police officer for interfering with a witness. I could go on. They prosecuted an accountant some time back from the police who also disappeared some records. But they won't actually prosecute somebody or even investigate a case in the judiciary of destruction of evidence. Now, if I came to you or any member of the public in Cayman came to you and said, can you help me in that kind of case, what security or tenure do you have which will assure me that you will take it and do it diligently without victimization and that you won't be affected in your decision? I will hold on to listen to your answer.
Okay.
Well, keep in mind, first of all, that the Legal Assistance Clinic at this stage is advice only. So we don't actually represent individuals by going before any court or tribunal, at least at the present time. So in terms of representation, we don't offer that. We offer legal advice, and that's what you receive if you come into the clinic and speak with one of the lawyers and the law students. So in terms of whether or not they do that diligently, the answer to that clearly is yes, they would do it diligently. It's really no different from you coming into a legal office or a law firm. That's the way the clinic operates. It's entirely confidential. The lawyer that you will see is supervising a graduated law student, but you're seeing that lawyer and law student as a team, and they would act in the same way that they would act if they were seeing you if you came into the law firm to see that lawyer. So you're not getting any lesser quality of service by coming to see our clinic. You're seeing a lawyer that practices in this jurisdiction during the day and comes to the clinic in the evening. And the law students are graduated, they have a law degree, and they're about to enter practice. So you're going to get the same quality of service. But what I think you do need to keep in mind is that we're not doing any representation at this stage. So if you're looking...
Very well.
Yeah, if you're looking to take an action.
Last question. I'll let you go. Thanks for the time. What instrument do you operate under? Is there what instrument is there? Are you incorporated as an association? What instrument do you operate under? Because if you've got any security, it should be in that instrument. What is that instrument?
In terms of whether we're incorporated, the answer is we're not incorporated. So we operate on a waiver of liability. Each individual that comes to the clinic signs a waiver of liability, and that satisfies the requirements for the lawyers to act under their professional indemnity insurance.
Okay, thank you very much. I think I've got my answer. I'll let you go. You don't have any security. You have to operate under the people in government who are, in fact, allow you to operate. That's the answer I wanted. Thanks very much. I appreciate the time.
You know, I'm hoping that in the future you'll come on and be able to celebrate the continued success, and maybe we'll see where it grows. I do recognize, Andre, you have to, as you referenced earlier, someone's hard work. Someone's had to get back to work. What else you want to share with us in closing moments?
I think that we have just been very lucky to have the first sort of 6-month period of the clinic, and I think it's a great celebration for the students and the attorneys that they've had the opportunity to advise and help the numbers that they have, and that we hope that the clinic will still be of value to the community, and that we're on hand to help on a monthly basis on a range of issues, and we'd encourage you to get in touch and discuss those with us, and we will do what we can to help.
Right. No, I want to, again, invite you, whether it's 6 months hence or, next week, as you wish. Recognizing that senior lecturer at law school, part of Darlene, as part of the judicial administration, and the email was at judicial.ky. Just for clarity, you and all are doing this free on your own of your time, but yet the domain and the like and the physical structure, sort of government, so to speak.
That's right. I mean, it was an initiative, obviously, of our former Chief Justice. And it is, a collaboration between the law school and judicial administration. Mm-hmm. So that is who hosts the clinic, but the clinic operates entirely objectively in terms of once the client comes in and sees the lawyer and the law student, there's no involvement or influence or anything that the government becomes involved in terms of they simply host the clinic, they provide us with the space, it gives us the opportunity to provide the service to the community.
Oh.
And Sterling, I just wanted to say as well that we are looking at providing the service to Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. To
That was
our
my next
sister
question.
islands. Yes. So we want them to know that we're very aware that the service will and should and does extend to them. So if anyone on Cayman Brac or Little Cayman want to contact us, we can set up an appointment. Right now we're doing it via Zoom, but we're looking at in the new year being able to provide personal service to Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. So that's something I think it's important for them to know. And also just one other point before we go, and that is that our former Chief Justice, who just retired, has published a guide called The Layman's Guide to Grand Court Proceedings. You can find that on www.judicial.ky, and it's an excellent guide to assist people who may be unrepresented who are appearing before the court, in Grand Court primarily, and it's also a companion to a small claims handbook that was originally published by the now Ombudsman Office. So there are resources out there for individuals who are looking to represent themselves before the court, whether it be the summary court or Grand Court, and the clinic can assist you with all of that. We can provide you with copies, we can walk you through it. So even though we're not doing active representation, we can certainly assist you if you choose or you have to be unrepresented. And these two guides are excellent resources that can be made available to you.
And if you have any questions in relation to them or any sort of legal issue, you can come along and seek that legal advice. It may not be something that is pressing now, but something that may become so, and it is certain that we can answer those questions.
And we operate on the principle that access to justice is a right. It's not a privilege. So everyone is entitled to be able to appear before the court. If they have to be unrepresented or they choose to be unrepresented, we're here to help. And these resources that are now made available or have been available for some time, in the case of the Small Claims Handbook and the new Layman's Guide, are also there to assist. And we can help you with that if you need some assistance in understanding them, although they're written very much in layman's terms.
One of the things that the attorneys have certainly said time and time again to us as we've been dealing with clients is that it's a privilege that we get our law degrees and get to practice at the bar, and it is the attorney's chance to give back and to teach students about that ethos being embedded in the law, and that is why the clinic is provided and pro bono initiatives are provided in order that people can get that right to access to justice.
Well, looking forward that we see this, someday. It's even a bigger dream realized. So thank you both very much.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us.
When we return, we'll have some open line. Let's hear from you some more. Stay tuned for Talk Today.
Busy, busy, busy. Feel like there's not just enough hours in the day. Savannah Pharmacy, service to make your life easier. Now you can WhatsApp your prescription order to 929-5045. And pickup is just around the corner with everything your family needs and convenient opening hours including Sundays and holidays. WhatsApp your prescription order to 929-5045. Savannah Pharmacy, wholesome values with modern conveniences.
Today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman. Your voice, your choice.
Local, regional, international. This is Headlines from Radio Cayman's newsroom.
Today's biggest news.
The Public Accounts Committee plans hearings later this month, one focusing on past PAC recommendations, and we'll see Court Administrator and Chief Officer for Judicial Administration Suzanne Bothwell before the committee. The second focuses on the financial reporting of the Cayman Islands government, and a series of witnesses are on the schedule, including the Deputy Governor, the Honourable Franz Manderson, Chief Officer Mrs. Gloria McField-Nixon, and Financial Secretary and Chief Officer for the Ministry of Finance and Economic Development, Mr. Kenneth Jefferson. Accountant General for the ministry, Mr. Matthew Tibbetts, is also scheduled to appear. North Korea's military said today its recent barrage of missile tests were practices to, quote, mercilessly strike key South Korean and U.S. targets, such as air bases and Operation Command systems, with a variety of missiles that likely included nuclear-capable weapons. The North's announcement underscored leader Kim Jong-un's determination not to back down in the face of his rivals' push to expand their military exercises. But some experts say Kim also used their drills as an excuse to modernize his nuclear arsenal and increase his leverage in future dealings with Washington and Seoul. Apple is warning customers they'll have to wait longer to get its latest iPhone models after antivirus restrictions were imposed on a contractor's factory in central China. The company announcement today gave no details, but said the factory, operated by Foxconn in the central city of Zhengzhou, is operating at significant reduced capacity. The company says it expects lower iPhone 14 Pro and iPhone 14 Pro Max shipments than previously anticipated. Those are your headlines from Radio Cayman's newsroom. I'm April Cummings.
For the latest in news and information,
follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Download the Radio Cayman app or log on to our website, radiocayman.gov.ky.
At Doctors Hospital, we know life happens, and usually when you least expect it. So when unexpected medical issues arise, you need quality care close to home. Located in the heart of Georgetown, our accomplished team of physicians and medical staff treat minor urgent conditions such as migraines, chest and abdominal pain, shortness of breath, burns, broken bones, open wounds, and more. 24 hours, 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Peace of mind is important when life happens. At Doctors Hospital, we're always here just for you. Need to speak to someone? Call 949-6066.
Pirates Fest. A little bit of old, a little bit of new. The evolution of Cayman's Pirates. A little bit of fun for everyone. Grand Cayman festivities from November 10th through the 20th. 10 days, 33 events. From happy hour parties, cardboard boat races, the Trial of the Pirates, float parade, national song competition, pooch parades, races, fireworks. So many fireworks. Pirates Fest is here. 33 events, 10 days, November 10th through the 20th. Stay in the know. Get the full event lineup at piratesfestcayman.com.
Pirates fire, raging through Church Street, bright and little Cayman, putting on some heat.
For medical lab services in Cayman, go straight to MedLab.
For a full range of medical services, pleasant, clean and comfortable environment, no long lines and affordable fees, visit MedLab at the Smith Road Plaza. Open Monday to Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. and half day on Saturdays. Call 949-7331 to make your appointment.
For medical lab services in Cayman, MedLab.
Come celebrate 53 years with big savings. Brand Source Home Gallery invites you to their 53rd anniversary sale. 1 week only, November 7th to 12th. Save up to 40% off store-wide. Sale discounts on appliances, lighting and fans, faucets, sinks, kitchen cabinets, custom closets, mattresses, housewares, and more. Come get inspired by inspiring luxury as Brand Source Home Gallery celebrates 53 years with a sale till November 12th. 209 Dorsey Drive in Industrial Park. Call 623-5000.
Your Radio Cayman 6 p.m. news, Monday through Friday, is brought to you by Logic. Your life connected.
As the community continues to take precautions from COVID-19, it is important to stay prepared for other disasters now that we're in the hurricane season. Here are some post-hurricane safety tips from the Department of Environmental Health. Always separate debris from household garbage after a hurricane. Debris includes roofing materials, tree branches, and metals. All items of debris must be placed in separate piles and must not cause obstruction to roadways or come in contact with electrical lines. For full guidance on post-hurricane safety tips, visit www.deh.gov.ky.
Talk today. But I do have some questions. Talk today.
Cayman Islands' foremost listeners' participation program.
Talk today.
Because there are more questions than answers.
What the public is saying.
Waiting to take your calls right now. Sterling Dwayne Ebanks.
Hey, good afternoon. Welcome back, and thanks for joining us. And as we go into the last segment for today's program, I certainly invite you to share your thoughts. It's open line 949-8037, 949-8037. And the floor toll-free line is available if you can access 1-800-534-8255. A special thanks again, for the establishment of the Cayman Islands, Legal Assistance Clinic. You can contact them on 244-3798, 244-3798, or you can email CILAC at judicial.ky. It's free. It's a pro bono initiative covering sort of legal assistance advice, not advocating before the courts just yet, as Miss Darlene Oko, together with Andrew Perkins, was sharing with us. Next week and the week following, so the 17th and 23rd, is the next clinic. Maybe something that you can access. It may be an issue that you have before you know it. May be something that you're considering could be an issue. You just want some advice and assistance relative to how you move forward. Well, in this open line segment, let's talk about whatever you want to talk about. A couple of things I've come across in the last bit while we were having the last discussion. One is that some of you in your communities may have discovered, relative to your discussions, some you may have started to see the press releases and the postings, especially in the social media sphere. Recycling within the country, there are a few who have said, well, when they go to that spot that they usually go to take their recycled materials, the location has changed. We know that within the West Bay community, there is expectations of a new location being identified and prepped, and hopefully will be available. We also understand, as many of you have, that the recycling of glass is no longer available just yet. From the press release, the glass crushing machine that is owned and operated by one of the DART entities is no longer sort of accepting the crushing. And as a consequence, those of us who were very diligent in taking recycled glass or glass to be recycled will just have to bundle that now with their normal trash. For some, it'll mean that what was probably very little household waste that was going into the landfill because we were making a concerted effort to recycle, well, that potentially could mean that more and more ends up in a landfill. Now, I share that to say I won't, as I messaged the person back, I won't read exactly what the person shared, but I'll say what the person referenced. And the concern was that even with the established recycling, there have been allegations from time to time of people who said, well, I'll put my glass in one container and my paper in another, and then my plastic in another, and my aluminum in another, and I would store it up and then take it and put them in their respective bins at the recycling depot, allegedly only to see, well, the truck comes along and scoops up the first bin and tosses it into the back of the garbage truck, and then the second, and so on. And many of you, some of whom publicly shared that they've seen that, some of you have taken videos as evidence of seeing that at different locations where the recycling depots exist, the supermarkets and the like, and question, well, if I am diligently storing, prepping and cleaning and keeping my recycling within the house or the garage or the yard to then take at some point to the recycling depot and put them into the individual bins as marked for it then to be combined, well, why am I doing that, and what is happening to it once it's then combined and taken to where it's taken, especially if we understand that there was a separate glass crushing facility. Now, I remember in exchange with this listener who lived in Florida, who shared that in that particular community, in the early days of recycling, you could only put certain things out, certain plastic, they were numbered. It was a very, very limited quantity, and then you had to separate and clean it. And then now the expanded numbers of plastic that is recyclable, but also now it can all be combined. You no longer have to, according to this individual, no longer have to separate. You just put it all into one recycling and it's taken away on the recycling day. Let's go to this phone. Hey, welcome, good afternoon, thanks for calling.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good, and how are you doing?
I am very blessed, very thankful.
Oh, that is very good. I'm hear from you in a long time. So I hear you the other day, and I said I have to come and talk to you to remind you. This is the lady that did call, and she was saying to you that there was going to be a emergency from England. Did you remember?
You did some time ago share a few things, yeah?
Yeah. But what was going to happen? I did tell a lot of people, and you know what happened the other day. That's what was going to happen.
What emergency are you referring to? Because some would say that there have been many. Which one is that?
Well, I was saying that I was saying to people of Cayman that anything they have to do, they need to do it before it's too late.
Mm-hmm.
And I was saying some more stuff, but
right. But in the UK,
the Queen was going to pass and stuff, but I didn't say that to you. I said that we was going to get an emergency from England. Okay.
Right. And
so what do you think is going to happen now over there in England?
Tell me, what do you think?
Well, I'm looking at the passport that they're going to come up with a new passport. This passport is like everybody's going to use that one passport to do everything. They're going to put a chip in that passport.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But there would be some who would say that would make it. Now, are you referring to the proposed digital ID system that we have in Cayman as well, or just what they're doing with the UK, in England?
Oh, it's going to be for the whole world. It's like they're going to put a new chip into that passport. That passport, you can take it to the doctor, you can take it to the bank, you can take it anywhere. It's like one world order.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But to the people who would say, well, if I have one document that I can do everything, I don't no longer need a passport.
Right. That's what it's going to be like. One document, and you can use that one document for everything.
Mm-hmm.
That. And there is also another, you remember 9/11? There's also going to be something coming up where 100X is it's going to be a problem with 100X. They are going to be like the radar is not going to pick it up. They're not going to see that one. It's like 100X people is going to be in that flight. It's an international flight. Yeah.
That's what you see happening, huh?
Yeah. Also in England, the king is going to only be there like for until 2026. After 2026, it's going to move on to the Diana's son and the wife.
Why do you think 2026?
Yeah, 2026. Because why I'm saying 2026? I'm a person that get a lot of visions, and I know that's what I see. 2026. They're also going to have. They're supposed to have a concert over there. So you see, when that concert comes in, it's going to be a lot of problems. People is going to die because they are going to have this concert, and there's going to be a lot of protests. A lot of people is going to get die. I mean, a lot of Caymanians is there is in England, and I would suggest for some of them to come home, because it's not going to be easy. This is a new king now, and it's a lot of division is going to go on. If a lot of division go on in England, it's going to be a problem.
What do we do about it then?
This king is going to cause a lot of problems for the world. I heard somebody was saying this morning, they was talking about mortgage. Somebody was saying something about mortgage. It's like they were saying that certain people is not going to get mortgage. I didn't catch the argument that good.
Mm-hmm.
When he was saying something about mortgage, and I took a little clip of it, and I said to myself that soon they're not going to be lending any more mortgage out to people, because people are not going to be afford to pay those mortgages. The bank is going to come up with that soon.
Yeah, interest rates are going up. It's becoming more expensive, yes.
Mm-hmm. So the bank is not going to lend any more mortgage. So a lot of people is going to leave. The poorer class of people is going to leave without a home. And the wealthy people, they are the only one that is going to survive it. They are going to get richer, and the poor people is going to get poorer.
Seems to be how it's been for a long time, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I appreciate you sharing what you feel, and
Yes.
I guess we draw close in prayer.
That's what we have to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, thanks very much, huh?
All right, then.
Okay, have a good day.
You too.
Thanks. We have another caller, but we just have a quick short break. If you would be so mindful, stay on the line. We'll join you right after.
You see how hard it's raining?
Yeah, and I don't have time to fight traffic and get my lunch from Subway. I have so much work to do.
Why don't you order Subway by using the Let's Eat or Bento app? Save time, stay dry, and get your sandwich fast.
I never thought of that. Great idea. I'm going to order now.
Order me a veggie pizza while you're at it.
And a cookie platter for the office.
Too busy at work or home? Is the rainy weather stopping you from dining out? Order your favorite Subway sandwich, wrap, or pizza through the Let's Eat or Bento app with fast and reliable delivery. Subway, eat fresh.
A caring and community spirit, cherished family and cultural values. These are some of the things that still embodies the Caymanian way of life in the Eastern Districts today. Savannah Pharmacy, your neighborhood pharmacy, located in Countryside Shopping Village, is delighted to offer products and services of real value. Whether it's catering to your family's medical needs or carrying apparel, gifts, and beauty products, Savannah Pharmacy provides you with more than just prescriptions. Remember, they're always just around the corner with everything your family needs and convenient opening hours, including Sundays and holidays. Savannah Pharmacy. For more information, call 946-3336.
For medical lab services in Cayman, go straight to MedLab.
For a full range of medical services, pleasant, clean, and comfortable environment, no long lines and affordable fees, visit MedLab at the Smith Road Plaza. Open Monday to Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. and half day on Saturdays. Call 949-7331 to make your appointment.
For medical lab services in Cayman, MedLab.
Ahoy, mateys! Enjoy a jolly day out with the whole family at Cayman Turtle Center's Pirates Fest Family Fun Day on Sunday the 20th of November. Explore the wildlife, ride the water slide, splash in the lagoon, hunt for treasure and enjoy activities for the whole family. The fun takes place from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Costumes are encouraged and kids 12 and under in costume get free admission. Don't miss all the pirate festivities at Cayman Turtle Center on Sunday, November 20th. Harg.
The offices of dermatologist Dr. Dwayne Porter will be taking appointments from September 30th until October 8th at his Crew Road Clinic. Appointment slots are limited. Whether you're seeking advanced skincare, Botox, filler, cosmetic skin enhancements, or simply looking to reduce wrinkles, Dr. Porter offers a full-service dermatology and dermatological surgery practice. For more information, email dr.portercayman@gmail.com or call 946-9020 to book your appointment today. That is 946-9020.
Freedom, Cayman Brack. Freedom, Little Cayman. Soft breezes, blue waters, no traffic. Unwind and rejuvenate your mind, body, and soul. Sister Island Staycations, a taste of freedom. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
And the whole island is one big party.
Grand Cayman Pirates Fest is here. Taking over Seafarers Way. Saturday, November 12th, Georgetown events start at 1 p.m. with the cardboard boat race and water mermaids showcase. The pirates storm the streets at 3 p.m. followed by the float parade, national song and heritage costume competition, and fireworks show at 9 p.m. A full Saturday of thrills for the entire family, including 8 hours of food festival. Saturday, November 12th, the party takes over Seafarers Way. Afternoon till night. Come for lunch, party a bunch, and pirate the night away.
Talk to Dick. But I do have some questions. Talk to Dick.
Cayman Islands' foremost listeners participation program.
Talk to Dick.
Because there are more questions than answers.
What the public is saying.
Waiting to take your calls right now. Sterling Dwayne Ebanks.
Hey, good afternoon. Welcome back. And about 7 minutes or so remain in the program. You got a call in the queue. Let's go. Good afternoon. Welcome. Thank you for calling.
Good afternoon again, Dwayne.
Hey, welcome back again.
Hey, well, it's me once again. I'm sorry I have to call twice, but I just wanted to exhaust one or two little issues that I raised with your guests.
Fair enough.
Now, the thing I should say is that, people who run, well, first of all, this is a very good idea. I mean, I personally, I had a lot of disagreements with the former Chief Justice because there's some negative side that I saw of him. But I still give him credit for doing this and establishing it as an initiative.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it is always good to commend people like those people who came on, who used their time to gain some experience themselves, impart some experience to others. I think we always have to give credit to those people. But then at the end of the day, it's as with anything, once it is created, it is a good thing, but can we improve it? In my opinion, what they needed to do is to establish a legal aid clinic under an act of parliament, okay? Under an act of parliament, and then give security of tenure to anybody who participates in the legal aid clinic. Have a provision which says that nobody shall be victimized for any case that they take under the legal aid clinic and so on, okay? Because that will really assist, because it will also make the legal aid clinic more clearly a public entity, and therefore if you are victimized, you can then bring either a judicial review or some other human rights action in court. That is very important. Now, I don't pretend that such provisions always achieve their ends the way you intend to, but at least it is something. It is something that will assist. Right now, this is a body which will, from what they said, will operate basically under, I think it's a portfolio of legal affairs, although it is more under the judiciary. And imagine you want to sue the government, okay, or you have a problem with somebody in the judiciary. You don't have any luck. When you go to them knowing they don't have security of tenure, even those of them who might be brave might not take the case. Why? Because they do not enjoy any protection. But the other thing I wanted to mention was about legal aid. They said, well, the legal aid system is operating very well. No, I don't agree with that. The legal aid system, again, it's good, but it's got problems. I was representing at one time members of the Concerned Citizen Group. This absolutely lively, knowledgeable group of people who were trying to fight and are still fighting for beach accesses. They applied for legal aid, okay? And they were told that, you see, beach accesses are not a matter of public interest. What nonsense, okay? In the Cayman Islands, beach accesses are approximately 200 beach accesses and 500 approximately affidavits sworn to try and prove these beach accesses, which people have been enjoying for generations. And you have a director of legal aid who said, no, it's not in the public interest. No. There is need to change that institution. But let me close at this point. The director, for example, of legal aid at the moment is appointed, according to Section 6 of the Legal Aid Act, is appointed by the chief officer of the judiciary by the chief officer of the judicial administration in consultation with the court administrator, something like that. Anyway, it is a chief officer consulting with somebody else. Now, to me, bodies such as this, like director of legal aid, they must be appointed with the approval of the Legislative Assembly because they are serving the people. And if you make them accountable merely to some bureaucrat in the judiciary and in the portfolio of legal affairs, you will be surprised how, well, maybe not surprised, they will always give you things which they say are legal advice, but basically they are just trying to keep their jobs. That's why I empathize with the gentleman who called to say that evidence was falsified. It's always very difficult once something is falsified, and I have personal experience of that. It is very difficult for you to be able to get these institutions which are not independent to really, really fight for you. I just thought that I should bring that point home. I hope I have in relation to what needs to be done. There's need to improve the Legal Aid Act, and this legal aid needs a more firm legal footing upon which is to be established if it is going to meet better the aims that it is established for. Thank you, Dwayne. I'll let you go. I know you're towards the end of your program. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for sharing. I think as I listen to you, there are a lot of points that are raised, and maybe through public discussion, but with the intent of doing something properly, responsibly, respectfully. Maybe we can have it addressed. Hey, thank you for your thoughts, sir.
Thank you.
All right. And we invite you to come back tomorrow, for more Talk Today. Be a part of our Business Buzz program in the morning as well. And join us, for Talk Today right after the midday news and midday meditation. A lot of things. We know there's a, public consultation out for the, 2 bits of proposed legislation relative to digital IDs. We know there are some reviews relative to immigration and the like. We understand there are much concern about many things. But if we can approach it from an informed perspective, one that we're trying to be constructive in our commentary, we can think, as our forefathers did, of making the necessary service and sacrifice to ensure that not only future generations are, better positioned, but we, as we live now and as we prayerfully age, that it'll be better. Better doesn't always mean bigger, doesn't always mean more. How do you value your wealth? Well, you decide. To me, it's not what you take, it's necessarily what you give. All right. Have a wonderful, safe, blessed, and productive rest of the afternoon. The week gets better as the minute rolls on. Until tomorrow, my friends, be blessed.
Talk Today is brought to you by Subway, open 24 hours in Countryside, Anderson Square in Georgetown, and Centennial Towers in West Bay. And by the Ministry of District Administration, Tourism and Transport. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your sister islands. MedLab in Smith Road Plaza, your complete medical laboratory solution. Call 949-7331.
Talk Today is proudly brought to you by Pirates Fest 2022. Stay in the know. Get the full event lineup at piratesfestcayman.com.
And Savannah Pharmacy in Countryside Shopping Village. Convenient opening hours, including Sundays and holidays.